Hey everybody, Arthur here with another unboxing video. Today we have NECA's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cross Universal Monsters. We have Michelangelo as the mummy, and as you can see, it comes in the typical NECA style packaging where it has the little cover that's attached by a Velcro piece, and then you open it up, it shows the figure, and it's got some awesome figure photography throughout the packaging. But let's go ahead and get Mikey out of the box. Straight out of the package, Michelangelo comes with those I'm gonna get you type of pinchy, clawy type of hands. We also get a pair of fist hands, but I also feel like if he punched somebody as the mummy, his knuckles would like crumble. The final pair of hands that we get are some gripping hands. Mikey comes with one alternate head, and this head pays homage to that decaying, rotting mask from the films and the one that you've seen in the memes, but this is awesome. NECA is really good at their sculpts, their paints, their accuracy. They're looking fantastic, especially this head sculpt. A lot of their figures just look so good because of their attention to detail and just all the little nooks and crannies and the tears and the wrinkles, the dry brushing, the texturing, the dents in the head. Just, this looks phenomenal. And we even get the little tear on top of the head here. Let me focus it so you can see it. That just looks gnarly as well. Just really well done head sculpt. One of Mikey's accessories is a full-on cobra. This thing is sculpted very nicely. I love the scales. The paint work just looks amazing throughout this whole long cobra. I mean, it is quite long. We got some holes in it, but that's because this has wire. So it is bendy wire, so you can get it all posed up as much as you want. I mean, and it stays its position. I wish the wire was up a little bit higher, but it pretty much stops down here. And it stops right there at the end of this thumb. So be careful not to have the wire penetrate through, and be careful over bending it. I don't know how the paint and everything would hold up with over bending it, but you can get it into some nice cobra, poses and stuff like that. That's a pretty awful cobra pose, but yeah, you get the idea. We also get a couple loose bandage pieces that can clip on around his arms or legs. There's no instructions of where to place them, so you can really do whatever you want with these. Now, you're not going to be Michelangelo without some nunchucks, but we are actually getting some Ankh chucks. We get a pair of these done really well, 2 little Ankhs, and then we got the metal chain looking great. Here we have an up-close look at Mikey, and he looks awesome. I love that eye that's just rolling back in the head, the closed eye, the wrinkled up mouth with some teeth showing. He just looks all mummified. And I actually, even though I like that homage head where it's all decaying, I really like the head that comes on this guy. It's done really well. Again, with the sculpt, the wash, look at the wrinkles on top of his head. It'll focus in there. There we go. Just looking really nice. The whole figure, this figure's phenomenal. This whole Universal line with the Turtles and NECA, they are nailing these. Look at the sculpt work in the wraps, the dry brushing, the wash, even the little parts of the shell that are coming out look weathered and old. We got the nice leather belt with the little scarab on there. Oh, there's actually engravings and stuff are got the Eye of Ra on both sides. Really cool stuff. I love the wash on it. Again, you can see the shell just looking old and weathering. The legs with the wrappings around it. But the shell, this shell is gorgeous. Look at all the Egyptian hieroglyphics and everything sculpted in there. Got a throwing star. A couple throwing stars. Little turtle. More Ankhs. Just really well done. Their turtle shells on these figures are just phenomenal. No tail. More bandages. And even the elbow pad along with the knee pads are sculpted nicely. Have a wash over them. I love the little bandage drooping over. feet all bandaged and painted up. The toenails and fingernails are painted. Like, they go all out with these figures. And I can't wait to get a hold of Leo. Now let's dive into some articulation in this bad boy. His head is very, very full of attitude. Tons of attitude in here. He can look down quite a bit. He can look up. It's got that double ball where the neck actually moves at two different spots. So the head moves on it, but then the neck moves as well. So tons of motion there. Arms, full on T-pose. Double jointed elbow, but you don't get much bend out of it because it's squishing against the elbow pad. So that's as much. You get that 90 degree, but you do get the swivel at the elbow, wrist rotation, wrist bend. So articulation all throughout there. Looking good. You're not getting anything out of this body. Like, there's no ab crunch whatsoever. I mean, he has a big old shell on. Yeah, I don't see any sort of movement in here. Somebody might correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't see any sort of articulation in the body. But then again, he's a turtle. He's not going to be doing any crazy crunching anyway. But he can do the full Van Damme, which is great. He can kick up. He can almost do a Spartan kick. That's not bad. Kicking back. He kicks back that far. The knee itself, it's double jointed, but it hits that whole knee pad. The knee pad does affect it. Which is sort of a bummer. Let me check the other knee. A little bit more out of that one, but still not bad. It's a mummy. He's not going to be doing any crazy articulation. Then we get the ankle bend and pivot. And here I have Mikey all geared up, sort of just in that walking mummy, dazed sort of, I'm going to eat you type of pose. And as you can see, these parts sort of flop down. You got to clip them over. So I have one clipped on the thigh because it's a little bit wider. The smaller one I had wrapped around his calf. And his nunchucks didn't have any place to put them, but I noticed there's like a little bit of looseness on each side of his shelf, or this where his belt is and everything. So I just tucked one end on each side and just let the rest dangle. And it looks good. This one coincidentally went off of this little piece, but let me get that out of here. But I think it looks pretty cool when it's just dangling, like he's just walking in there, just... Yeah, let me do that again. But I think it looks pretty cool. Like, this figure is pretty awesome. Here we have Mummy Mikey with his brother Frankenraff, and as you can see, they go well together. This whole Universal Monsters cross Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a great thing. I'm not a fan of April. I haven't seen her, but I'm just like, I don't like it. I feel like it's too clean. I could have used a little bit more grotesqueness with April, so I'm passing on her. And then Splinter that's coming out, I just don't feel like Splinter should be that Van Helsing type of character. But, you know, with Casey Jones coming as Phantom of the Opera, I'll have to take a look at those pictures and take a look at that figure before I make that decision. But I know for a fact I'm getting all four brothers. I got to get a hold of a Leo, and then I know Invisible Man Donnie is going to be on his way eventually, which looks phenomenal. If you guys have been watching the New York Comic Con footage and stuff like that, it's just sweet because Donatello has a clear, translucent, same type of, like, it's clear, translucent, same damn thing, but it's clear with like pizza floating in it, which is awesome. So definitely go check out those. But these figures are great. They're going to have great shelf presence. Once I have all four of them, I think they're going to be on their own shelf just because they just look amazing. So in the end, NECA knocks another figure out of the park with this phenomenal sculpt paintwork. The articulation feels good. Nothing feels brittle or that it's going to break. That's something that I've noticed with a lot of these newer NECA figures. They feel really good in hand, and the shelf presence is there when you collect NECA. This figure is awesome. If you're a Universal Monsters fan, a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan, or you're a fan of both, this figure is a must-have, in my opinion, to have in your collection. I just love the realism that NECA caught on this figure and all the other figures of this line. It is just a beautiful piece, and I love it. So that sums up my unboxing and review of NECA's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cross Universal Monsters, Michelangelo as the Mummy. If you guys are enjoying my content, hit that like button. New to my channel, hit that subscribe button as it helps the channel evolve and grow. Make sure you guys go ahead and hit the silver bell notification if you want to know when I post up a new video. And go show some love to Toyco. The website's down below, and the Preorder Facebook group is down below. I think I said group instead of group, but it's a Facebook pre-order group. It's down below. It's Toyco. It's where I get all my imports, like my Storm Collectibles, SH Figure Arts, Figma, Mafex. Definitely check them out down below. And as I say in every video, I want you guys to have the best luck hunting, keep on collecting, and have a beautiful day.